Not so long ago, I talked in detail about why board games based on games and often turn out to be a lot of failure, but this pattern has a downside. In most cases, digital adaptations of board games will face a similar fate, perhaps not so sad for the consumer. Whereas creators of mindlessly expensive Kickstarter projects entice audience with pretty but completely unnecessary things, digital versions of board games are developed more as a leftover principle. Low budgets and processing looks and an absolute minimum of consent for quality. What the point of trying? Anyway, these things will be bought mostly by the same board games who already own physical copies of the original games. And even though only in order to be able to decompose your favorite board from a mobile in the subway, this is neither good nor bad. This is just one of features our market cannot be avoided. But it's all more pleasant to see that there are expectations to any rule. The PC version of acclaimed Gloomhaven is one of them. After 2 years of development, it will finally leave Steam Early Access in mid-October, but it's worth taking a closer look at it before release, especially if you like true tactical strategies, whether digital or desktop. However, the original tabletop Gloomhaven at one time was also a rare exception to the ill-fated rule. As a large and ambitious project founded through Kickstarter, it's not only met but exceed all expectations. Unemployed physic Isaac Children, who previously created one unremarkable game, tried to endow dashing Dungeons and Dragons race with the mechanic depth often found in complex economic simulators. And although at the first glance these things are located at exactly opposite poles of game design, the enthusiasts somehow miraculously caught lightning in a bottle. Gloomhaven became a real sensation. If we explain on examples more understandable to the gamer, then it made about the same sensation at the wild as Third Witcher. The game was swept off the sleeves so quickly that there were nearly enough copies for everyone. The first print run grossed a relatively modest 4,000. On the second, people brought 14 million. Moreover, in the 4 years since its release, the brainchild of Children's and his studio Seraphonic Games has grown into a full-fledged franchise with several spin-offs, comic-based, a future sequel and a strong imitators. Even the author himself cannot really explain why the game became so successful, but in my opinion the secret is in its scale. Gloomhaven feels like a cross between a mini campaign in DD and Diablo. Players take one role of mercenaries who, by the will of fate, converted in Gloomhaven, a trading port on the outskirts of civilization, where there is a plenty of work of desperate thugs, political intrigues, border conflicts with local tribes, plots of cultists, expedition to the wildlands, searches for the ancient artifacts. In a word, those who are not afraid to risk their lives and get their hands stained with blood will have many chances to earn a happy old age, while along the way do a lot of good, or not so, deeds. Although a lot is not quite the right word, the most 10 kg box with the game contained so much content that it personally took me a year to go through the story to the end. Not even research everything in 100%, but just get to the final. And over the course of this year, the game has changed with each game. The world of Gloomhaven constantly reaches the actions. Plot forks open or close access to various scenarios. The decision of the players affects random events. The reputation of the team in the eyes of local residents and the prosperity of the city. Within one group, several generations of ventures change. When some characters fulfill a personal goal for which they embark on the path of adventure, they are replaced by the others, from sealed envelopes that cannot be opened without any permission. On the way to the task, you can easily stumble upon a side quest and immediately mark the find with a brilliant sticker on the global map, or suddenly meet a hero who left the team a few games ago and now he lives his own life. As a result, two people who have gone through the plot to the end see completely different moments in different order. For example, I still have not opened all the mercenaries and recited the temptation to open the envelopes. Although I spent at least 2 if not 300 hours in the game, we have long been accustomed to such things and then for granted. In addition, in the digital version, a full-fledged story campaign, and I did not want to talk about it because of the plot. In fact, behind the big ambitions of Gloomhaven is devilishly cunning dungeon crawler, which even without any narrative in the video game format works even better than on the table. At first glance, everything looks pretty simple. The game is split into many scenarios between which you travel across the global map. A scenario in a separate dungeon from a chain of rooms where a squad of mercenaries must complete a particular goal. Clear allocation from opponents, defeat a boss, survive a certain number of rounds, or grab a treasure chest in a ward a standard program. The fun begins further. Each character has a unique desk of abilities, but all of the cards in the deck have two effects. The lower ones are usually responsible for the movement, defense and various buffs, while the upper ones are responsible for attack and healing. Therefore, on day run, mercenaries play two cards at once and choose the level of effect to one, and the upper one to on the second one. Digital Gloomhaven is unlikely to have the same phenomenal success that the board game has achieved, but that doesn't matter. The main thing is that a lot more people can get acquainted with the game than even before. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Peace.